That's awesome. And then when your kids grow up and they get a bunch of friends, like now they're bringing their friends, their cousins and everything, and then everyone's all at one place. And, and it's awesome.
It's awesome to provide that for your family. You've done flips, you've done long-term, you've done mid-term, you've done short-term. Why did you diversify?
From what, long-term to now mid-term and short-term?
Yeah, like, why are you doing all this different stuff? Just playing the game?
Yeah, so I still try and do a few burrs. It's harder to make it make sense, of course.
Right.
The reason I got into midterms was Airbnb was really big in 2020, 2021. So I saw how much people were making and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about it on YouTube. And it was before kind of the peak of it.
Yep.
Or it was like during, like as it was rising to the peak. Now it's like a lot harder because there's so much supply with Airbnb. So I saw how much I was people were making. My buddy was doing it in Norfolk. So I kind of used him as my mentor for it. It just would make like almost triple what it would make in long term at the time. Yeah. So all I would do is furnish, and it was kind of fun, just like to message tenants back and forth. Now I don't like it. Now my wife handles that. So
does she like it, or is she like great?
She gets stressed out sometimes, especially with the cleaners and the complaints and stuff like that. Making sure the cleaners are there, but it's more of the cleaner doesn't do a great job, and then she hears it from people, and then we have to refund them and stuff like that. But the reason I got into, like, I have two short terms that are like more, I guess, luxury Airbnbs. One of them's on Matthews County. It's a 9-bedroom, 7-bath.
It's a beautiful property.
Yeah, and that one is fun. That one needs a lot of work. Has a pickleball court, indoor pool, a sauna. So I keep trying to add more amenities to make it stand out. But the reason I got that one is because I was 1031ing out of the quadplex in Petersburg. So I sold that, and I had like a $220,000 gain that I would have had to pay taxes on. In a 1031, you have 45 days to identify a property, so it was coming to like the 42nd day, and I didn't have anything. So I went and checked out this property and got under contract.
Was it on the MLS or something?
It was on the MLS, and it had a pipe burst.
Okay.
Like, I guess within the last few months. And so I got it for a pretty deep discount because all the hardwood floors were pulled out. Yeah. They wanted it as is sale and everything. Yeah, I got that one for like, it was $680, I think. So I 1031 into that one, fixed that one up, and it kind of became an Airbnb. I wasn't really looking when I was 1031 out of it to do an Airbnb, but it kind of just fell in my lap. And that one's cash flows pretty well. The short terms in Richmond, I converted to midterms because the Airbnb data, or the Airbnb kind of got not much better than the long term over time. And it was also a triplex, so tenants would kind of complain about each other, like footsteps upstairs. When people want an Airbnb, they kind of want their own space for the most part. It's also really old property, like 1860s, so floors were like a little little loopy. So with midterms, you don't get as many complaints. Once they're in, as long as they're there for 2 days, they'll probably do their term. Sometimes they get there and they're like, oh wait, no, this place is not was the lease, can I get out of this lease? And we're just like, okay, you get out of the lease, because we're not going to make people stay there after they just moved in.
So you can still get higher cash flow, a little bit less work, a little bit less risk, because you're staying longer in the midterm. Higher cash flow than long term.
Higher cash flow than long term. I would still say short term
is higher cash.
Right.
I look at it as like, because we get this question all the time. It's like, well, we're thinking about doing long term, but we're also thinking about Airbnb in it, and we're like, cool. Like Airbnb, a lot of work. You could hire someone to manage it, but it's a lot more work, but also a lot more cash flow. And it's a little bit more expensive, but a lot more cash flow. And then midterm is a little bit less work, a little bit less risk, in my opinion. There's risk all across the board, but like a little bit less risk, and then a little bit less work, a little bit less cash flow, but still more than long term. Long term, in my opinion, a little bit less risk than midterm,
right? A
little bit less cash flow, etc., but a lot less work. And so like it really just depends on how much work you want to put into it, what kind of team you have that can help you with it, what your goals are, what your ambitions are, what your financial needs are, and then to understand the difference between the three. I usually would say, like, if it's a short term, make sure it could be a midterm or a long term if possible. Like, make sure it still makes sense. There are points, like if you're buying a vacation property that's a short term, the appreciation that comes out of that, and then just, I don't know, does your family use it?
Yeah, well, we use it a lot. We go there probably like 3 times a year, like with a bunch of people, maybe 4 times a year with a bunch of people. And then me and my wife go there sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. So like that holds a lot of value too. Like on paper, whatever, like it might mess up the investment numbers a little bit, but like just having that out, especially with kids, like for me, it was a life I never could have dreamed of. Like, we have vacation property that our family gets to use, and we got that seller finance, 0 down payment, like 0% interest, like all these just ridiculous terms. So it's not like that fancy or expensive or whatever, but the idea is like it creates a lifestyle that I never would have dreamed we could just go to the beach whenever we want and hang out, you know?
Yeah, it's awesome. And then when your kids grow up and they get a bunch of friends, like now they're bringing their friends, their cousins and everything, and then everyone's all at one place, and it's awesome.
It's awesome to provide that for your family.